Pep Talk UK, Pro Beez in the building, and I'm joined by a familiar face. Yes, ESPN's Max Kellerman. How you doing?
Doing well.
Excellent stuff. World's Fight Week. Crawford versus Khan, big fight. When the fight was originally announced, a few people were skeptical about how big this fight was, but it's turning out to be quite an exciting build-up to this fight, isn't it?
Yes, but this is you can't find anyone to pick Khan. Like, everyone says the same thing.
6
going
rounds,
in, and even
yeah.
Crawford, first half of the fight, I wouldn't even be surprised if after the 6 rounds people were like, "Oh, are we going to have an upset?" We saw Gamboa do well against, and it's not just because Amir has boxed well early and gotten caught later in the fight. It's also because we've seen Crawford, make adjustments. So early on, he's figuring the guy out, and then once he has him figured out, beats him up. Mm-hmm. So yes, it's like, I think everyone recognizes Amir is a very, very talented fighter, and he's always fought with a lot of heart. But that Crawford, there's a reason that he hasn't been pound for pound the best fighter in the world. Mm-hmm. And Crawford is considered by everyone one of the two, and I have him number one.
Amir Khan, we talked about his instincts are to sometimes engage in a bit of a tear-up after 6 rounds. Virgil Hunter has talked about a game plan. Is Amir Khan likely to stick to that game plan, or...?
Usually a tiger doesn't change his stripes, and especially in the pressure cooker of the ring, right? You revert to what you normally do. I think their attitude is correct. It's not like they go in going, we're going to tear it all down and build it all up again. You can't do that with muscle memory, in 6 months or a year or 2 years when a guy's been fighting a certain way his whole life. But what you can do is say, okay, here's some certain risky things you do that have resulted in bad stuff. Let's try to minimize those. And here's some of the good stuff you do. Let's do some more of that. And here are a few things that maybe you haven't done that you should do some more. Stuff like that. And I think that's the right idea. Khan has been chinny, but...
That sounds like an English phrase.
Yeah, right. Who can't take... who has a bad chin? Fighters who get hit on the chin. If you get hit on the chin, you have a bad chin, because that's the button. I don't care who you are, you get hit on the chin, bad things will happen. So the fact that Amir has been knocked out in the past couple times means that the issue is not that he can't take a punch. The issue is that he is taking the punch in the wrong place. So if he can avoid chin up in the air, in my view, Amir's real danger zone is getting caught in exchanges. Because he's fast and he can land 1-2s, but when he starts trying to land the 3s and 4s against another very good fighter who can also punch, Danny Garcia, he can get caught in the exchange because sometimes his chin is up. So I would think that part of their plan is to minimize exchanges, and that's probably a good idea.
Amir Khan very much relies on his speed, getting in and out, of exchanges. He's a bit older now. He's been through quite a few wars.
Still real fast, though. He's a real. Amir Khan has elite speed.
Can he rely on his speed alone?
Yeah. No, not alone against Terence Crawford. No, not alone. Of course not. But he will rely on his speed in this fight. He has a long reach. He has height. He has fast hands and fast feet, and he has boxing skills, or he wouldn't want a silver medal and belts as a pro. So he wants to, you would think, keep the fight at distance, land the jab and the 1-2s, minimize longer exchanges, stay focused, and keep it moving. That would seem to me to be the best idea for Amir.
You've seen quite a bit of Terence Crawford. For Amir Khan fans, where does hope lie for Amir Khan? What type of tactics must he employ to pull up the upset?
Look, Amir at his best took guys like Zab Judah and Paulie Malignaggi, who have skill, boxing skill, and speed. And in the middle of the ring, he was able to hit them with like 3-punch combinations, certainly 1-2s. And they had their hands up, and they were at distance, and they're good defensive fighters. So Amir has real good skill. To be able to do that, you have to be very skilled, not just fast. But Amir also showed against Zab and Paulie that whatever adjustments they made, he could make better and faster adjustments and more of them. So he dominated those guys, outboxing them. The thing that makes Crawford most dangerous is however many adjustments Amir can make, Crawford has consistently shown the ability to make more. So the key for Amir is going to be after those 6 rounds, where Crawford now believes he has Amir figured out. Let's say it's 3-3 on the cards. People are buzzing, well, maybe it could be an upset. You know, Crawford is going to start to implement what he's figured out. He's going to start to show that, like, not the first or second, but that like 3rd level of adjustment. What does Khan do then? Is there a limit? In other words, is he simply more limited that way? Or can he continue to match wits with Terence as the fight goes on?
Cracking stuff. We'd like to thank Max Kellerman for his time. Pep Talk UK. Max Kellerman, thank you.
Appreciate it.